I always say like 60,000 people fill Lane Stadium. They don't all have to leave the next day feeling like they've been hit by a truck. I can help a solid 20 to 30 of them.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Hustling Cowgirl. Gosh, I can't multitask anymore. This is so sad. Anyways, okay, so I'm really excited for this one, but I say that every time. I'm always excited because this one's pretty cool. So I'm not really familiar with this kind of business. It's like a massage, spa, therapy. We'll learn more about it, so don't quote me on this kind of place. I'm really, really excited about this one, so it's gonna be pretty cool. But I literally cannot multitask. I'm just being crazy. You know, nothing boosts your confidence.
Exit 118 ABC onto US 11 and US 460 toward Christiansburg.
Okay, I don't know if that was on camera or not. I guess we'll figure it out when I'm editing. Anyways, because I'm direction challenged, I have my GPS on. People are like staring at me while I'm driving. This is so much fun. Nothing boosts your confidence more than people staring at you making videos. I'm just like talking to myself. Okay, I need to stop real. But this is gonna be pretty cool. The woman who owns a business, she's got this really cool business I'm not really familiar with, so I'm gonna learn a lot more. And you guys are coming along with me. Definitely stay tuned so we can both learn together. And yeah, I don't know. Just keep watching. So yeah, Renew Restore and Wellness. Right?
This is our new space. We moved in just before December 1st.
Okay.
Renew Restore Wellness. And
nice.
We have a few. Everything we have is ways to treat kind of chronic inflammation, pain, joint pain. Whether you're a college athlete, high school athlete, or you have arthritis, anything like that, we can help.
All right.
So these are the chairs where we provide IV therapy. So vitamins, minerals. Should you have a migraine, we can help. If you had a really fun night out the night before, we can help with a hangover.
Awesome.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We also have an immunity boost that has zinc. The amount of zinc is like eating 50 cups of broccoli, which is great for your immune system.
Awesome.
These chairs we do are compression therapy. So we have legs, hips, and arms.
Oh, wow.
So you might have seen these on like the sidelines of pro sports.
Yeah.
So the legs go heel the hip, and it's gonna kind of like a big blood pressure cuff.
Okay.
Give you a nice big lymphatic massage.
So I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience. You know, your name, the business, and just kind of a little background.
I'm Lauren Colliver. This is Renew and Restore Wellness here in Blacksburg, Virginia. We have several modalities that help treat chronic inflammation, joint pain, all that kind of stuff. We've been in business since August 2022, so a year ago.
Okay. When did you start this business then?
So August of last year. So it's been, what does that make it? Almost 18 months? Close to 18 months?
Something like that, yeah. I also like to ask this question a lot just because it kind of perks my curiosity. But what made you specifically, I know most people have a passion for what they do, so what specifically made you want to start doing this?
So kind of background, my husband is a physician, and he is a sports and spine physician. So we had a private medical practice here in Blacksburg for 12 years, just closed this last July. But he would treat people with back pain, neck pain, all kind of musculoskeletal injuries. And so they'd come in, we'd have to get imaging, MRIs, x-rays, whatever. But we didn't have a way to really treat their pain right then and there. And so we started researching all these great modalities and how we could help people with their pain immediately when they walked in the door. And so this was kind of our cash-based business, more of a medical spa as opposed to a medical clinic that we could help folks with. These are all kinds of things he learned about in his residency, but aren't really covered by insurance. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we came to where we are.
All right. Going kind of off of that too, like I guess it would make sense what kind of customers and clients you would have, but you get a lot of like athletes, or just like what are kind of like your main audience, customer, client base?
The great thing about all the services we offer is that we can help lots of different parts of the community. So I have high school athletes, I have college athletes, but I also have folks that have rheumatoid arthritis, chronic Lyme, long COVID, all kinds of stuff that have chronic inflammation, and they find a lot of relief with all of the therapies we offer too.
Okay, that's really awesome. For marketing purposes, do you guys feel like you guys have to do a lot to get your name out there, especially in the beginning, or do you feel like the business itself was kind of like an audience attraction?
Well, so these kind of clinics or medical spas are popular in lots of bigger metropolitan areas, but we're the first one here in about a 2-hour radius. And so I feel like I have to do a lot to educate folks as to what we have and why would you want to use us and how can we help. And so I really had to work to get the word out there.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was gonna say when I first heard about it, I thought that was really cool, and I like things like this a lot. But I've never heard of anything like that in the area, so that's awesome that you guys started here. So you said this was the new location. Where was you guys before?
We
this?
were just a half mile up the road.
Okay.
We had a building in Professional Park and just sold that, and so we moved over here.
Okay. What were kind of like the steps? This is, I guess, more or less of like what you all do and just the business side of things. But would you say was like kind of difficult to, I know brick and mortar versus online businesses are kind of different in that way. What kind of the steps, I guess, in opening it?
First, it was researching all the different therapies we offer, and I went to a bunch of different existing businesses like this and kind of researching what they had and all the different brands and kind of narrowing it down as to what we wanted to do and what we wanted to offer. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been in more of the in-person service business as opposed to the online business. So
so you're kind of used to that then.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So I guess you guys didn't really have COVID initially, where it was in 2020 and that whole thing that happened. Do you think that even, because I mean, COVID still exists. So do you feel like even now, do you guys have any struggles with that, or is that kind of almost helpful to your business in any way?
Good question. I mean, the staff is just myself. I have 2 part-time college students, and my husband does the IVs. He's a physician. If we were to all get sick, that would be a bummer. We'd have to close for a few days. But we do have the IV therapies that help with helping your immune system, that kind of stuff. So we're always there for that. Gosh, I hope COVID doesn't get super bad again. That would be
for
really
sure.
Unfortunate. But I do think like a lot of our things, I have air purifiers all over the place. If we need to be masking and offering these therapies with people masks, I'm totally fine with that.
Okay, yeah. This is kind of, for my curiosity too. What are kind of like the price points as far as, you offer multiple different things and for multiple different reasons? How do you guys figure out, pricing on how you guys, for specific things that you guys offer?
So just in the last month, we started a new membership program. And so we have unlimited, you can come in unlimited amount of times for the compression, red light, and full body cryo. The 12-month membership is $89 a month, so it's super affordable.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a 6-month and a 3-month membership as well that go up in a little price. IVs go anywhere from $99 for just a bag of saline to like $199 for some of our more complex mixes.
Right. Okay. And I guess pricing also, like you said, kind of varies between what you guys have to, what materials and what things you have to use for that. What would you say would be one of the biggest things that you've learned this past year, especially running this business?
I think our new price model of doing the memberships is going to be a game changer for us. So my goal is to be upwards of like 200 to 300 memberships. And that way people feel like all these services have a compounding effect. So I tell people Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't go to the gym one day and become Arnold Schwarzenegger. So these kind of things will help chronic inflammation the more you do them. And I don't want people to be put off by a price point of coming in every time. But if they have a membership and they can come in and use our services a lot, I think they see the benefit a lot more quickly.
I've kind of noticed that too a lot. Subscription based, membership. On your sake, it's kind of like with the gym thing. They're getting more out of what they're paying for, and they make sense in their mind. And I feel like that's a lot of businesses are switching over to like subscription type, membership type business model.
Yeah, but it allows us to build a relationship with people and really get to know them, and then they want to come in and see us, and so it's a way to really build community and get to know folks. So I'm really enjoying that.
Okay, yeah. I know you guys just kind of started, but do you guys have any like future plans that you have any, or I guess not just future plans, but any ways to expand, any ways you want to change, just future-wise?
Yeah, I kind of have benchmarks as to as we hit certain numbers of memberships, and I'd like to be open 7 days a week. I'd like to have hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. if I could afford to have staff here all the time. I can't do that myself 12 hours a day, but once I have a certain level of number of memberships, I can offer more hours and more days. And if this is super successful and we can replicate it in maybe other college towns, and that'd be super fun.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, I didn't think about that with tech being, you think that also kind of helps too, being in Blacksburg and I know tech is really, really big. So you feel like that kind of helps you guys out a lot business-wise too?
Honestly, I thought my hangover cure IV was going to be the thing, and it is not.
Really? Okay.
I haven't quite figured out how to tap into that college population yet. And I always say like 60,000 people fill Lane Stadium. They don't all have to leave the next day feeling like they've been hit by a truck. I can help a solid 20 to 30 of them the next day.
That's good though.
But I haven't quite tapped into that market. But the majority of our folks are really not associated with the university. I will get calls from parents who say, "Oh, my college student is sick, or they need an IV, have them come in," and that kind of thing. So I'd love to. In other areas where they have these kind of services, often like the parents are looking for that, so they're searching for IV clinics or cryotherapy, and that's how they find us. But I'm hoping the word will get out more with the tech.
Well, that got me, so I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Being the only one in the area. In the beginning, I feel like it's definitely a lot of marketing on your all's end to kind of get the word out. But I feel like once you guys get your all's client base really well, do you think that it's gonna be more or mostly word of mouth of just people kind of singing your praises and spreading the word out, I guess, and coming back? Do you feel like you've noticed any yet of people coming from referrals and things like that?
For sure, especially as we started the memberships, and then they want their friends to come. So if someone comes in and gets a membership, they want their friends to come and join them, and so then that kind of those concentric circles build. And
Okay. I've actually kind of interviewed quite a few women business owners. Are you the main, are you the owner? Are you co-owner with your husband, or how does?
We own the business 50-50, but he has a job in Salem every day, so I'm running business.
Okay. So do you feel like being a woman in the business world, do you find more pros or more cons to being a woman? Is there anything that kind of stands out in your mind that's been a pro or con to this?
I do find that having more connections in the community, and the more I get out to the Chamber of Commerce events or different things, and I talk about the business and what we do in person with folks, that really builds the business. If I were to just sit here and wait for people to come, I don't think anything would happen.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely getting out there. And I've noticed that a lot too, that a lot of businesses I've interviewed are part of the Chamber of Commerce, and I guess that's been pretty helpful for people to get their name out there. For sure. So what are 3 things that you find that are the most important, maybe to keep your business running, that are kind of the core of your business? What, I guess, would be your 3 main most important things for you?
Staying involved in the community, building relationships with our clients. And I have a wonderful small but mighty team, 2 girls that are in college, and they are awesome, and I'm so grateful to them, and really creating that wonderful work environment and a place where people want to come and they want to visit us multiple times a week. So
Okay. I ask this a lot because this is kind of something that I think I kind of struggle with, and I'm just curious to know everybody else's opinions on it. So I feel like in every business, there's, especially when people are starting out, there's a lot of hats you have to wear in the business. You kind of have to do it all just, starting out. Is there something that you find in your business that's something that you're not as passionate about, something that you're like, maybe I could have somebody else do that while I can focus more on what I really like to do?
I really rely on my staff members to help me with social media content. They are awesome at it, especially being in college. They have a different perspective. They know all the TikTok trends or what have you, and they can make things a lot more appealing than they have a lot fresher eyes than I can come up with things. So that's been super helpful for them to help me with.
And so for social media, what platforms are you guys using them?
We're on Facebook, Instagram, trying to figure out TikTok.
Right.
I'd love to figure out how to make this a place on Snapchat. If someone could figure that out for me, that would be awesome.
I have not been able to figure that out either, but
It's not an age thing, it's just a technology.
So for social media, I know for my business I've researched a lot of the analytics side of what my biggest demographic is and where my audience, the age group, what male or female, that kind of thing. And so I kind of cater my social media, my content towards that. But I know for you guys, I feel like, I'm sure you guys still have a demographic, obviously, I feel like everyone does, but it's very wide ranged. Do you think that, is your content, do you feel like I know you said you don't really do as much as they do, but do you see when they do content, do you feel like it's really based towards a certain demographic, or it's kind of just widespread?
It's easier for me to use like Meta and plan out social media posts like in a month in advance, but those are usually real static images, and those they don't get as much traction as things that have us in it, that video or silly things. So the more we can do that are personalized help. I find that I know Facebook is kind of 40 and up, and Instagram is college age. So, but when I post things on Facebook on my personal account and tag my business account, that gets a lot more traction than if I just use my business page. That's been a new revelation for me as of late. And these things change like daily.
Oh, for sure.
And it's so hard to keep up, but I'm constantly like trying to tweak it and figure out how to get more visibility there.
Yeah, I heard actually someone else said that, that especially in the beginning when they were starting their business, they were talking about how if they were to post some business content onto their personal, they were already pretty well grounded into the community. Sorry, I can't talk. So I feel like it kind of brought, more attention. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it's always changing. So keeping up with that's been a huge hassle for me, especially. Researching this, I know you said your husband was kind of already had his foot in the water with all this. But what did you find, I guess, I know there's a lot of research that went into this from the beginning.
How I did my research?
Yeah.
I visited a lot of other businesses of these models. There's a couple different franchises that are popping up all over, not a ton of them in Virginia. I talked with those different owners. There's a clinic up in Charlottesville that's very similar to us, and I talked to them a lot.
Okay. So this may not even happen to you, but if you have kind of days where you're just like not as passionate, not as motivated, is there something that kind of keeps you motivated?
Stay in the game.
Stay in the game.
I mean, it's important to take breaks and mental breaks and rest. I mean, everything I put out there is about, taking care of yourself and your wellness, and about I don't live that as well, then I'm not really being a good leader in this business. So I do try to, every day, whether it's going for a walk or getting outside and get some sunshine or taking advantage of the things that we offer, just to help reset and take care of myself as well as push the business forward. If you would like to try
I would love
cryotherapy, and you could put that on your podcast.
I would absolutely love to. This stuff definitely interests me. So that would be awesome.
I'll get you a robe. And all right. So this is getting down to temp. So I'm going to take your temperature on your leg, and it's 782. So we want to see a 20 to 30 degree temperature drop. So when you're in the cold, your blood's going to rush to your core, and then when you come out, it's going to rush out all that oxygenated blood, and you're just going to feel tingly. It's going to feel like an endorphin rush, like you jumped into a cold pool without the cold. You're not wet. Gotcha. It's a dry cold.
Okay, awesome.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, it's my first time. I'm excited.
All right, so when you get in, I'm going to raise you up so your head and your neck are out. You're breathing room air. You're going to pass me the robe. No one can see anything. I'm going to pass you the mittens. And it's 2.5 minutes. If you want to stop at any time, you just tell me and I'll turn it off.
All right.
I just need this to get down to temp just a little bit.
All right. And you keep the mittens on while you're in there?
You keep them on when you're in there. You have the socks on. You're good. Okay. Ready? Give me the green arrows. Go. All right.
All right.
Step on in. It's like a time machine. There she is. All right. Oftentimes I'll play like Ice Ice Baby or Eye of the Tiger. All right, so I'm going to swap. You're going to hand me the robe. There you go. I'm going to hand you the mittens. All right. So as you're in there, you can shake, shimmy, dance, whatever you need to do. Where you will feel it at different levels of cold in different places, and where you feel the coldest is where you have inflammation, and that's fluid leaving that area. So you started off at 82, you got down to 45. All right. You're going to feel kind of tingly, all that blood's kind of rushing back to your legs and your arms. and you'll sleep good tonight. Increased energy, elevated mood, any kind of aches and pains will be pretty well taken care of. So yeah, you survived. You did it.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
And this one, did you say what specifically does this target or help?
So fascia therapy is like a big lymphatic massage. So we have the legs, hips, and the arms.
Okay.
So this is going to go heel to hip.
Okay.
So yeah, the way this works is it's going to fill up with air. Is it
Okay.
already going?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It kind of goes sequentially, so it's going to fill up here, and then it's going to go down, and it feels like a big hug.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
quite explain it other than that. But it's great if you've been on your feet all day, or if you have any kind of pain or swelling in your legs or your feet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of is like a big blood pressure cuff then.
Yeah. So it's going to push all that extra lymphatic fluid back up into your system.
Okay.
We've taken this to like the finish line of the Hokie half. And
Okay, so it's like mobile then, kind of. Yeah.
Or we've gone to festivals and we'll do like free trials of this. And
Okay.
yeah,
That's really cool.
Fun. I have a son who's growing super fast, and he gets crazy growing pains, and so I'll take these home. And he loves this.
I bet that would be really super helpful. So how frequently do a lot of your clients come back then?
A lot of folks will come in 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
I think it's making recovery as important as your workout routine or what have you is super helpful. I hope people, as they start back up in January with their gym memberships, that they'll take time to recover as well. And the folks that I try to partner with other businesses, whether they're dance studios, gymnastics, gyms, because the more their clients can take care of themselves, the more they're going to come back, right?
Right,
so
right,
if they get hurt, they're not going to stay away from the dance or the gymnastics place or the gym. So
that's
it's
smart.
a win-win.
Yeah.
How do you feel after the red light?
That was cool. Yeah. What's that one called again? Yeah. So that was interesting because it reminded me like when you do like those cold plunges, but you're not actually like plunging, so it's a different sensation. But it was really cool. So and then I almost fell asleep in that. That was really nice.
Yeah. So I tell people if they come in the beginning of the day and they want to leave here just like chill and in the zone the rest of the day, end with red light. If you want to leave feeling energized and ready to tackle your day, end with cryotherapy.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make this fast because I'm at work right now, but this is the day after because I didn't have time yesterday to go talk about the interview that I got to do last night, but it was really, really awesome. Obviously you guys saw in the footage, she let me try a bunch of cool stuff, so it was really, really cool. I've never tried any of that before, so all that was like really interesting, and but I mean it was really, really cool, all of it. So anyways, I had a lot of fun. I loved her new location. I thought everything was really well put together and everything was unique and super, super cool. It's also lunchtime. But I was gonna say also, oh shoot, this is so bad, I forgot what it was called. That giant machine that you guys saw me get in, where they like basically freeze you, it was like crazy. Like I've done like one of those cold plunges before, but that was definitely different. And at one point I was like, okay, I'm about to like freeze, but that was really, really cool though. So and it definitely is a really cool sensation when you come out, so I highly recommend it, especially the lymphatic massage at the end. That was awesome. So yeah, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. That was definitely one of my favorites, and I'll see you guys in the next video.